Hey everybody, I'm Eric. Welcome back to Beeler Family Farm. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to make lunch, and we're going to use up some amazing leftovers from the meal last night, which primarily came from the farm, and we're going to add some stuff from the farm to it and just knock it out of the park here. So what we have is just a little bit of leftover roast. This beef from our farm, corn that we harvested and put away, some mashed potatoes, also from the farm. Well, they didn't start out that way. And then like the au jus type sauce. And then some shiitake mushrooms that I just picked this morning from our shiitake logs. We're going to take and we're going to make like a potato, kind of latke potato cake with the roast and the mushrooms incorporated, maybe some of the corn. And then it's going to go on to some homemade bread that my amazing wife made that is also amazing. The bread and the wife, both. We're going to put all that together, heat up this sauce and drizzle it over, and it's going to be incredible. So stick around.
It's hard to get a good wide view here this close in the kitchen because we have a small kitchen. Just using this knife because it was on top. This is a 6-inch boning knife, handy dandy for butchering.
Probably not going to incorporate the mushroom stems. Are a little bit chewy, but we're just going to kind of dice up the mushrooms pretty small. While these are perfectly edible raw, since everything else is cooked, I'm going to saute these before I put them together. It'll kind of help have a consistent texture with everything else that's already cooked. Butter. Smooth like butter. Not me, just the butter. Move you over here for a minute. Got some tomatoes and stuff there, a few extra mushrooms. I'll let that get heating up. While we're waiting on that pan to get hot, I'm just going to take this roast here. What little bit of fat is in it, I'm going to just kind of pare it out. I don't know if y'all can see very well, but kind of got that close to prepped. There we go. Let them do their thing for a minute. I'm going to chop the roast up pretty fine. Peeling off a little bit of silver skin there off the back side of that roast. I know you guys can't see me that well, but it's the mushroom cam, so. Won't take long to get some good color on those because gas range is where it's at. No salt or anything on these right now, just mushrooms and butter. We're just coloring them bad boys up to get some flavor on them. A little Maillard reaction there. If you're not growing mushrooms, you should be. I'm just saying it's pretty delicious stuff. Probably, my thought process, probably the easiest ones would be red wine cap. They seem to be really easy. I just turned those off. You can see there, they look amazing. Got this chopped up. I'm gonna put it in my bowl. So this is already very well seasoned. Everything was seasoned up and perfect last night, so really don't need to add anything to it. I'm just breaking that up by hand a little bit. I'm gonna get those shrooms in there. Don't want to leave any behind. Just a little bit of this here delicious corn. That looks pretty good. Okay. Our primary carrier here, mashed potatoes. Kind of think of it like a deconstructed shepherd's pie, right? Or re-engineered, maybe. The re-engineered open face sandwich. I don't know. Call it what you want. Let's get a little bit more of that though. Around here we like leaving the skins on our potatoes for mashed potatoes. Alright, the most important thing here, because you got to stick it together. 1 egg from the farm. There we go. That's going to do it. I'm just kind of breaking that up. We're going to incorporate that around. Just give us a little bit of binding. You could put a little flour in this, but I don't think you need it. The starch in the potato and the egg should bind it pretty well. I think that looks pretty good. Okay. Alright, we're going to go kind of medium to medium low, middle of the range there. Good amount of butter. This is not a diet dish. Now the thing, remember, you gotta cook it enough to cook the egg, because the egg is the only raw component in there right now. All right. Get that butter going. We're gonna make them fit. It'll be fine. This is a pretty good size, like a 12-inch, 14-inch skillet here. A little bit of jockeying. That'll do. That can go in the sink. While we're waiting on that, some homemade bread here. I should be using the bread knife because even though this knife is sharp, you know, bread knife does a better job. Do 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 do. You know, all the homesteading stuff and all the gardening is unquestionably work. But I promise, when you're doing stuff like this, you know it's worth it. I didn't wait long enough to see that come apart. I may not have them consolidated that good. Just a little bit more heat. You see what we're doing there? It's just me digging for a pot. Our leftover sauce from last night. We'll get that coming up to temperature. Goal here is that these are nice and brown, nice and crispy. Don't fear the butter if you need some more. Like I said, this isn't a dietary dish, although I promise if you're eating right and you're eating off of the farm and you're working and doing all the things, that you're not gonna, this ain't gonna be a weight gainer for you. But look at that color. See that? How good does that look? That's looking all right, I'm telling you. Sauce cam. Look at that. That beautiful beef fat melting. You know you wish you were here. Alright, those should be really spot on. Let's do some assembly. Get you guys where you can see something. Ow, that's my head. It's the bread bag. We will reuse that bad boy. We'll pre-treat with the sauce here. This is straight out of the crock pot and then thickened up a little. All the amazing seasonings that were in it. Guess I ought to fix mine instead of just feeding the wife. Look at that. You can't go wrong with that. I mean, what, 20 minutes real time to make this kind of lunch? Get you some. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Come back for more.